let's just talk about it. Let's talk about Kamala Harris. Why not? Kamala Harris, after they bounced Joe Biden and hit the Uno reverse, once they realized he wasn't going to be able to beat Donald Trump, and they removed him as their candidate, kind of like how Jamal Bowman was here and now you're here. So I've gone up against two people tonight. It seems to happen a lot to Republicans. But the truth of the matter is, when Kamala Harris was the district attorney and when she was the attorney general, she was not a friend to our community. When I say not a friend, she created policies that are still in place today and helped to champion and advocate for policies that locked up people that look like us and that kept us in chains and in prison when we were supposed to be out. Kamala Harris wrote a book when she was a prosecutor, and she said that the more police in a community, the safer the community is going to be, that the visualization of police presence in that community is what is going to keep you safe. Now, she said that when she was a prosecutor, but then when she ran for president in 2020, she wanted to defund the police. Then she said she didn't want to defund the police, and now she says that she supports the police. The truth is that she's a flip-flopper, and she will say whatever is politically profitable for her to win. That's what she's always done, which is why on 21 different issues, she's flip-flopped back and forth. The truth is, it doesn't really matter what Kamala thinks. She's a symbol with no substance. A symbol of a Black woman, allegedly, sometimes Black first, sometimes Indian first. It depends on which audience it's gonna play better to, right? She'll do whatever is politically possible to stay in a.
I'm not sure if that's fair.
I mean,
yeah.
Are we doing this?
Yeah. So, I mean, give basic. So let's give.
American brother.
No. Let's just give basis to that statement.
Whole diatribe, and y'all interrupt me because you didn't like what I said.
It's not that I didn't like what you said. I just want to know the truth of what you said.
It's factual that when she ran for office, was she not considered the first Indian American? Was that not the headline? Google it.
It actually wasn't. It actually wasn't. I was the vice chair of the party. You just asked the question. It just
American. No, I'm just telling people to go and look it up.
What someone else wrote. You can
Kamala Harris, first Black VP. Whichever one plays better to the audience is what she will be. As opposed to saying, I am the first.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let it go.
Instead of saying each and every time, if they lead with Indian and she negates or doesn't add Black, then that's on her. If they lead with Black and she doesn't add Indian, then that is too on her. If her identity and the dimensionality of who she is intersectional at many different places, Black, Jamaican, Indian, whatever, Asian, whatever it is that she wants to be, she should lead with that each and every time, and it shouldn't be a question. And the reason why the Black community in particular feels this kind of way, because these conversations are happening, is because of the way in which she's led. She will say whatever and do whatever is politically profitable. And the truth is, she is the second most powerful person in the United States of America. If Joe Biden slipped and fell, which he tends to do quite often, she becomes president and commander in chief. That's the truth. And she's been in the White House for 3.5 years. And what they've done while they were there is create chaos. And I'm not even just talking about chaos on our home front. I'm talking about chaos abroad. We've had weak foreign affairs. We have a weak economy. They're fudging their job numbers. 816,000 jobs off. Like, they're fudging their job numbers. They're withholding stories from the media and controlling their own narratives. They're telling us that he's cognizant and he's the guy to take us all the way. And then we find out
allegedly they're fudging job numbers. Allegedly.
I mean, no, there was a mistake. They corrected it.
Well, the way you said it was like it's
alleged.
We don't know what their intentionality is.
So then if we don't know, then we gotta say it's alleged.
We don't know what their intentionality is. We know, should we be having those types of mistakes is the question that you have to ask yourself.
You see corporations do it all the time.
So then our federal government should do it? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. But that's why we're saying alleged.
I just want to make sure that that's not where you were going.
No, we're saying alleged is what we're saying.
We should be able to trust our federal government. We should be able to trust the agencies. We should be able to have a faith in them that they are going to take care of their citizens. We should have a trust in them that they're going to utilize the tax dollars that we give them in an efficient way. Like those are things that we should just trust from our legislative and our executive branches. And the truth is that we can't trust them because career politicians like Joe Biden, career politicians like Kamala Harris, who have been in many positions of powers at every single level for years and years and years, promise to do all of these things all the time, and they do absolutely nothing. So if you feel your life is better off under Biden, if your pockets are fatter, if your business is doing well, if you got money to take your trips and you don't have an issue with inflation, you don't have an issue with gas prices, you don't have an issue with all of this money that we're utilizing to fund other wars and fund immigrants, then that's fine. Vote for her. We're going to get a whole bunch of what we've always gotten, which is absolutely nothing.
We realize the reason why he's former President Trump is that the American people thought that he was such a disaster in running the government. So the notion of, well, the trust of the government and the services was because of how poorly he ran the COVID pandemic to that complete degree. And so I am grateful that it has been said out loud that yes, when it comes to who do you trust with your government?
Yeah.
He lost because Americans don't trust him with the government. He is losing right now because Americans don't trust him on the government. The polls, if the election were today in the battleground states, she is ahead in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Those three alone give her 270. So to the degree what was said, I am so happy that you just said it out loud. Well, this is a decision. We heard you talk about it. This is a decision around. This is a decision around.
We were in the exact same.
We gotta let him cook now. We gotta let him cook.
Exactly. We heard the talking points. This is a decision right now on. You just said it again. Make sure everyone focuses on the clip that was just said.
Yeah, focus.
As Americans, do you trust what the government is doing? He lost because folks don't. He is losing because people don't. And when he had a chance today, not about Joe Biden, he couldn't even remember who he was debating most of the time. When he had a chance today to say very specifically, do you take any responsibility around what happened with COVID? He said he did a great job. When he had a chance to take responsibility about what happened with the insurrection, where they tried to kill his vice president, he said, I told him to go peacefully. When he had a chance to literally say, no, I will not sustain what's happening. I will veto if a ban comes from a national abortion, because he literally flip-flopped. You're talking about changing positions. He flip-flopped in 24 hours in Florida because the polls were bad to him. He twice could not say that. So if we want to actually talk about the facts and what was going down, you have two clear choices here. You have a decision in which one person repeatedly, and Vice President Harris, laid out what she would do for businesses and individuals.
There's a New York Times Siena poll that dropped yesterday that shows among Black voters in 2020, Trump has 7%. In 2024, he's up to 17%. There's a there's a Siena poll that was released just yesterday. Among Latino voters in 2020, Trump was at like 30%. In 2024, he's at 42%. At the end of the day, if you're going to rely on polling like Hillary Clinton did in 2016 when she was ahead in all the polls, when they said that she had it in the bag and she didn't have it in the bag. I think the truth is that there is an undercurrent where I have never seen this many Black people say that they're going to vote for Trump. I've never seen this many Black people say that they want something other than her. I've just never seen it. I've not seen it. I didn't see it in 2020. So this is very new for me. And I think the truth is, and the reason why is because they're not satisfied with our current administration. And they're definitely not satisfied with her. And they don't feel like the economy is going well. And they don't like the decisions that are being made. And so at the end of the day, you can have a career politician who's going to tell you whatever it is that you want to hear and do absolutely nothing in office, when Democrats have been in the White House 12 of the last 16 years. So if there are things wrong, it's probably the people that's been in there more than a decade, as opposed to the man that was just in there 4 years, and 2 of the 4, we had a pandemic.